How's it going, everybody? I'm Seth, and thank you for stopping by Moose Run Farm. We got all kinds of things to do today. We're going to move the boys to new pasture. We're going to move the smallest two boys up with the yearlings up top. But first we have to put bells on them. Then we have some more flail mowing to do because we have some exciting news to tell you about. And I'll show you that a little later. So stick around and I hope you enjoy the video. First things first, bells on the little boy. Two little boys. And why bells? No real reason. My little brother went to Switzerland. He thought they were awesome, so he brought us a couple. It is nice with the little ones. I haven't been out on pasture before. It's just assurance to know that they're still there. Like you can hear the bells on the horizon, and it's beautiful. It's kind of cool. So, hey guys, you want some bells? See how cooperative they are. Sometimes they're more agreeable than others. It's going to be too big. I need a new hole in this one. Let's see if we can get a little measurement here. Buddy, can I see how this will fit you? How about you, Paul? Good boy. Good boy. That one's gonna fit you perfect. It's gonna fit you perfect. Yeah. You're gonna like this. You're gonna sound so fancy. You're gonna sound like a Swiss cow, like you're in the Swiss Alps. One trick I've learned too is stuffing a little hay into these. They pull it out and it just keeps them from ringing while you're putting them on, which, you know, it's the noise of it that kind of gets them a little unsure of it. If you stuff a little hay in there, they don't seem to care so much. And then you can just pull it out yourself, or we'll even pull it out for you, really. Okay, Clover, you first, buddy, because you're cooperative. You're a cooperative steer. Originally, these came with a little leather tie. I could never keep it in place. It just swells and loosens in the rain, and they both fell out, I don't know, a while ago. So I just run a zip tie through here. Maybe if I was a better Boy Scout, better knotting skills. Okay. Good buddy. Over number 7. Do a nice bell. It's gonna ring. You're gonna sound like you were in the Swiss Alps. Oh, there you go. Looks like that fits you pretty good. I'll say that fits you pretty good. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Okay, buddy. What do you think? You like it? Now your little brother, he's a little more of a wily beast. I'm gonna say, can I measure you? Mm-hmm. Let me measure you. Yeah. Alright, that should fit him. See if we can get him to let me put it on. Trim that tail there. Let's trim the zip tie here. Okay. Yeah. Well, that looks good, boys. You look great. Now for new pasture. Hey, boys. Anyone who watches the channel regularly will recognize our herd of steers is a little smaller these days, and that is true. We had to take Andy and Amarillo to be processed. They had reached market weight, and we had a scheduled appointment for them at a USDA packing facility, and it was time for them to go. It's the hardest part about this for me. It really makes me very sad, to be completely honest, and I have a very hard time doing it. I really love my animals. Anyone who knows me personally knows that quite well, and I struggle with losing them. I feel like a couple friends aren't here anymore. But the reality is we're a small farm, and they had gotten to be very big animals, and I think that when they're on pasture, it's kind of hard to tell how big they've gotten. When we brought them down to the pad to get them loaded up to go to be processed, it became very evident that they were big animals. They had filled out very nicely, but we're not in a position to be able to winter animals like that. And so that's one reason, that's one side of it. And then the other side of it is financial. But Sandy and I work as a team, and when I'm gone, she takes care of handling all the animals and the steers too. And the thought of her having to winter those two was definitely motivation enough to make me get them in a trailer and take them up there, because I don't think that we're set up to winter animals that size. So although it's sad and hard, there's a new beginning today, and we're going to bring the two little ones up and put them with these boys. And it'll basically look like we just shrunk our steers, because they're Angus Holstein cross as well, so the same cross, and it'll be fun. You ready to meet some new friends? To say it, Blaze is as dumb as a brick. Maybe that's why he's red, I don't know. All the others figure it out right away. He's always the last one to understand what's going on. Or he's the last one to comply with what's going on. You just enjoy that scenery a minute.
Of all the things we do on the farm, this has got to be my favorite, or at least one of my favorites. It's so rewarding. It is a little tedious the way we do it. We don't have great laneways set up, so I kind of have to make a horseshoe and divide that off. But that's the agreement we have with the landowners, and it's nice because in the fall all the fence comes down. There's nothing left, you know, it's nothing for them to look at all winter long but a beautiful field. But I love doing this. If I could do this all day long, all summer long, it's awesome. It's very blessed to be able to do this, and I really enjoy it. It's a beautiful day today too. It's perfect. There's hardly any clouds. Probably about 72, 73 degrees, light breeze, low humidity, just absolutely glorious day. So. All that's left is to pick up the old line up here that we don't need and turn the fence back on. Now the question becomes, how well will the little boys follow me up here? Hey buddy, you wanna go for a walk? Come on, let's go. Good boy. Come on, good boy. Good boy. Come on. What a good boy, Clover. Welcome to your new home, bud. Meet your brothers. No, they're your brothers. They're your brothers. Okay. They're your brothers. Okay, boy. Let's take this off. Good boy. All right. All right, guys, get along, all right? I'll be back with another one. Try number 2. Off to a great start. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Want some grain? Some grain? There. Look, we shrunk our steers. Be nice now, Briggs. I'm gonna run back and turn the fence on before I hang out too much here. First time in a while, there's no steers up here. One of the things I appreciate the most about this Del Morino FLAIL is the serviceability. It's just so nice to be able to tip the deck up and work standing up and check all the blades and grease it. My experience with flail mowers in the past is you're always trying to get underneath them or block them up, and they kind of sit low by design. So it's just so nice to be able to work on this thing comfortably. And we got a couple blades here that just need to get switched out. No, I don't have any fancy impact wrench. It's on my list, but when I really need one, I borrow my brother Noah's. This happened when I hit a rock in Unity that I didn't see. These are assembled with 2 collars. And the collars just slide over the ears of the blade. There's the old one there. It's no good anymore. I buy my blades from Tractor Tools Direct and pay shipping to have them sent here. It's just the cheapest, and there aren't any good Del Morino dealers around me. I ask them a question and they either have to order it themselves every time, or they look at me like there's a giraffe standing over my left shoulder and they've never heard of what I'm talking about before. So Tractor Tools Direct has been really good and easy for me to work with. Fast shipping, and it's just easiest. Get these pretty tight. They swing around pretty fast for a long time. All right, see if there's any others. Put some grease in it. Down to my little brother to get fuel. Well, check out the new hayfield that Moose Run Farm gets to hay now. So this is about 8.5 acres, and it's kind of interesting. It's fairly flat up here, and then it pitches this way, and then it's very steep, and then towards the bottom it's fairly flat but quite a bit narrower. It's kind of a triangle shape, a rough triangle shape, with the top being the biggest part and the bottom being the narrowest. So kind of an interesting story how this field came to be. This field's owned by someone who I consider a good friend of mine, has been really supportive of me getting started farming in Washington. Honestly, it's been pretty influential in that, and really in the beginning kind of encouraged me to give it a try. So that's pretty cool. And then it's been hayed over the past several years by someone who is just a great gentleman. He's been just a mainstay of agriculture in this town for many, many years, generations even. They used to have a dairy farm here in town, and I think he's just looking to downsize a little bit, and he wanted to give us this opportunity. So really great opportunity, and the only way it's been made possible is through the kindness and generosity of some really great people in this town that they just want to see us succeed, and they want to give us an opportunity. So we're super thankful. We're very excited. Honestly, I've been walking this field for years. I go look for antler sheds up here a ways, so I come up here pretty often in the winter. And I sled on this hill when I feel like pretending like I'm a kid again. And it's just a really special piece of property to me. It's a really special field. It's something that only in my dreams would I've ever thought that we'd have a chance to make hay on a field like this in town. So as I drive around in circles and I look out at this view here and I see this opportunity, The only words that seem fitting is Psalm 23 verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. So there will be some challenges. I don't think it's been mowed super regularly the past couple years. The people who are taking care of it before, the last gentleman did, they pretty much only mowed it once a year. So you see there's some milkweed that is starting to rear its ugly head. I imagine the pH is getting a little acidic, would be my guess. There is clover, and there's a good mixed stand of clover in here. There is some goldenrod as well. But I have not done soil tests up here. We'll do those. But I think the first step is they basically got half done the first cut, and then he started having some equipment issues. So we're gonna mow everything down and get it back on the ground, turning into organic matter. And then we'll see what happens with the rest of this year. Well, that's it. I've about had enough flail mowing for one day. Came out pretty good. There's definitely some milkweed and patches. Not too bad in general, but there are some spots, some areas where it's pretty thick. So I'll have to look up the best way to control that besides just mowing. And I think that correcting the soil pH will probably help. We'll do some soil samples and see if there's too much hydrogen, which is my guess. But we will see. Case did great. It looks like all the steers are where they're supposed to be. I came right back up here when I was done to see how they were doing. Kane earlier, the littlest one, he got out into this section, like he advanced himself a section, so he is still contained, but he did get out. And I had that divider as a single strand, and he was able to just walk right underneath it at the end post there where I had it hooked up. So I can't even really blame him for that, because if he just walked underneath it, that's not very good pasture management on my part. So I added a second strand underneath. So now it's 2 strands everywhere and he won't be able to walk underneath. How you doing, little guys? That's Clover, number 7. He's pretty big for his age. And there's Kane. Kane, you have a mischievous look in your eye. Please don't be one of those. Please. I like your bell, buddy. Good boy. Stay in your pen now. Well, that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna head in. I got some stuff I have to do tonight. So thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, thanks for following Moose Run Farm, and for watching the video. We do hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next one. Take care, guys. You're a good girl.